5th of June every year is World Environment Day. It is a day when, under the umbrella of the United Nations, we celebrate both the challenge, the issues, the opportunities, the success stories, the entrepreneurship, the creativity of millions of people who, on the other 364 days of the year, have tried to make a difference on the challenge of sustainable development, environmental sustainability. This year's theme, Forests, Nature at Your Service, celebrates also the International Year of Forests that the United Nations has decided to celebrate in 2011. Our focus on the issue of nature, forests, ecosystems, and also the work that UNEP over the last few years with many partners has been promoting under the theme of the economics of ecosystems and biodiversity speaks to a simple truth, that at the beginning of the 21st century, when we believe that with technology and economic progress, we are perhaps, and also as an urbanized world population, less and less reliant on nature and natural and ecosystem services, is something of a fallacy. In fact, we have learned through the understanding of the impacts of climate change, the loss of ecosystem services, the prospect of water shortages, the impact of environmental disasters, that our dependence on nature, on a healthy and functioning set of ecosystem services, remains critical to human well-being, to the well-being of our economies, and indeed to the prospect of being able to sustain and feed and provide with the basic needs an ever-growing population. World Environment Day is a moment to reflect, but it is also a moment to refocus and to re-energize an international effort to be a civilization in the 21st century. A civilization that does not premise its model of economic development on an extractive approach, but rather on a sustainable and restorative approach of using the world's natural resources. This is at the heart of our work in the United Nations Environment Programme on the green economy. And indeed, the international community has chosen for the Rio+20 summit next year the theme of green economy in the context of sustainable development and poverty eradication as one of the two central themes for the Rio+20 conference in 2012. World Environment Day is also an opportunity to highlight and to focus on the achievements of particular individuals, of countries, of initiatives. We are very proud that in the year 2011, for the first time in the history of UNEP and the World Environment Day, India has agreed to be the global host of World Environment Day. A nation of 1.2 billion people, a nation with enormous challenges but also enormous success stories, a nation that is on the fast track of economic development, having become an emerging economy, a critical player in international politics on the economic, social and environmental front. A nation that has also, through its domestic legislation in recent years, begun to set a pace in terms of environmental sustainability, environmental protection and sustainable development. With schemes such as the Rural Employment Guarantee Act, it has not only addressed the issue of the right to work, which now is available to tens of millions of Indian households through this scheme, but it has also tried to combine the social objective of employment and jobs with the objectives of environmental sustainability, the restoration of ecosystems. It is a great example of the kind of philosophy that we in the United Nations Environment Programme believe defines the transition towards a green economy. We're addressing environmental challenges and also the imperatives to act that science today tells us very clearly are necessary, are measured and designed in a way that they deliver social and economic outcomes. India is a nation that is both on the forefront of technology development, but also at the forefront of trying to address issues such as poverty and the rural economy, is a wonderful place in which to host the World Environment Day in 2011. We in the United Nations Environment Programme look forward to highlighting and learning from some of the great Indian initiatives in the non-governmental, in the governmental and in the corporate sector. It is why our celebrations in India will touch on all of these different spheres this year, and we hope that together with India's leaders in the environmental sustainability field and the sustainable development arena, we will be able to inspire many more initiatives of this kind. But at the end of the day, World Environment Day is your day. We in the United Nations system, corporate leaders, government leaders, have a responsibility to lead and to also provide the conditions under which our citizens, member states and partners, clients, customers, consumers can act differently. The transition towards a green economy, be it on the technology front or how we value natural resources, are the defining elements of a future economic development paradigm. World Environment Day is about you, it is about your ability to make a difference, and it is about our recognition that without your support, your engagement, wherever you are in the world, we would not be able to make progress. Thank you for what you do, and please join us in celebrating the successes, partly as a reminder that we still have a long distance to go.